Yo, what's up, you guys? It's Assad here. This is part 2 of Intro to Card Magic. This is a full course that I'm putting together for the beginners out there. If you want to sign up, it's completely free. The link will be in the description box down below to enroll in that course. I am uploading certain sections of it right here to the YouTube channel, but to get access to the whole thing, you do need to sign up on the website. So once again, it's free, link down below. In this section right here, I'm going to be going over how to spread cards out in between your hands. This is just a staple card handling skill that you really need to learn. It's oftentimes the first step in a bunch of different card tricks where you're spreading the cards out and allowing the spectator to make a selection. So I'll be covering two different handlings for this in this video. The first one we'll call the nudge spread. It's where you're basically pushing over batches of cards as you make your way through the deck. And the second handling is kind of more of a continuous spread. It relies more on the friction in between the cards to kind of create and complete that spread. And it can look quite nice, something like this. And that's also a really good one to know. So let's dive in and I'll teach you how to do this. Let's start off with the nudge spread. So what you're going to do is hold the deck in your left hand mechanics grip, and using the pad of your left thumb, what you're going to be doing is nudging over, it doesn't have to be exact, but maybe like anywhere between 5 and 10 cards. Okay, and the action of your thumb is going to look something like this. You're kind of like rolling your thumb upwards after you push. Okay, so without the deck in hand, let me just kind of give you an idea of the motion of your thumb, something like that. Okay, so you're going to push over, and then once those cards have been pushed to the right, you're going to approach them with your right hand, and then the right edge of these cards are going to contact basically the base of your thumb right here. So your thumb is going to be laying across the top of the cards, and then the rest of your fingers are on the bottom giving support, and you're basically going to be grabbing those cards like so. Okay, and then you're going to be pulling them to the right, and the friction between the cards is going to cause more cards to spread as you do that. And then once you're in this position, so first you've gone here, you've come here, you've pull those cards to the right. Once you're in this position, your left thumb is once again going to push over another batch of cards. So it's going to fold in, it's going to feel another 5 to 10 cards, push, and then your right hand is once again going to come to the left, collect those cards, and then spread back to the right. So your left hand is remaining stationary for the most part. It's only your thumb that's moving, and then the right hand is kind of going in and out, collecting the cards, spreading them to the right, collecting, spreading. Okay, so boom, 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 kind of like this, and you're just going to run your way through the entire deck. Okay, so at speed, it looks something like this. Okay, now normally you're doing this in the context of having someone pick a card, so once they've picked a card, you don't have to spread through the rest of the cards, you just kind of close up there, and then you move on with the trick. So that is the nudge spread, and a really good one to know. Next, we're going to be talking about this kind of more continuous spread. It's a little bit fancier, and it can look quite pretty if you do it right. You do need to have a smooth deck of cards, a newer deck of cards, in order for this to really look good. If you're using an older deck that's maybe a bit sticky, you can still do it. It's just, the spread might be a little bit blotchy, a little bit blocky, and it won't look as nice. But you can still totally do it. And this method relies more on the friction in between the cards in order to create that full spread. So you're going to start off in a similar way. This time when you push over the batch of cards with your left hand, you're probably going to aim for a bit of a larger batch. So I normally go from here to here. So notice how, I'm pushing over, I don't know how many cards exactly, it's between 10 and 20 cards, but I'm basically creating a large bevel in the cards. So it's kind of like a mini spread, and that's done with just my left thumb. I'm going from here to here. Okay, so I contact the left edge of the deck, and then I'm doing this rolling action to get into this position. From here, I approach with my right hand, and similar to last time, but now really what I'm doing is I'm applying pressure in such a way that it's going downwards pressure and rightwards pressure. And so I'm trying to create as much friction in between the cards as possible, and then as my right hand kind of carries them away, that friction is going to cause the cards to spread out nicely like so. Okay, so boom, boom. Okay, and notice how my my right hand fingers underneath are just laying flat like a table to provide support for those cards. And the same thing with my left hand. When I'm in this position, all of my fingers here and here are flat. They're providing a flat surface for those cards to rest on and providing stability. And yeah, it's just a matter of practicing this pressure that needs to be applied downwards and right with your right hand to create the right amount of friction to get those cards to spread out nicely. Okay, so there's not too much technique involved. It's just going to be trial and error on your part. You're going to have to do a bunch of repetitions to figure out the exact amount of pressure that needs to be applied. But yeah, something like that. And then once the spread is out, in order to reverse the spread and get the deck squared again, it's just the opposite motion. You just bring your hands together. Your left thumb is going to raise up to allow clearance. And then you're going to come over, and then for a brief moment, you're going to be holding the deck in both your mechanics grip and your overhand grip. You're going to square up, and you're back where you started. All right, I hope this was helpful. If you want to sign up for the full Intro to Card Magic course, it's completely free. Link in the description box down below. And yeah, till next time, I will see you later. Peace.